Write an engaging and emotional story based on the title. The maid begged her to stop, but what the millionaire's fiancé did to the baby left everyone shocked. Begin the story with hook who joins the viewers at the end. Immediately capture attention, also motive viewers to like video and subscribe the channel. Develop the plot with emotional depth and relatable characters, including key challenges and their resolutions. Ensure the story maintains a smooth pace suitable for an 4,000-minute YouTube video, leaving a strong, inspiring message by the end. Plain paragraphs but long story as you can based on 2,000-word estimate. In the heart of a sprawling mansion overlooking the glittering city skyline, a piercing scream echoed through the marble halls. "Please, miss. Stop. You'll hurt him." The maid's voice cracked with desperation as she lunged forward, her hands outstretched. But the millionaire's fiancée, her eyes wild with fury, didn't listen. What she did next to the tiny, helpless baby left everyone who witnessed it utterly shocked, and changed lives forever. If you're watching this, hit that like button right now if you've ever felt the sting of betrayal, and subscribe to our channel for more stories that pull at your heartstrings and remind you of the power of redemption. Now, let's rewind to how it all began. Elena had always dreamed of a life beyond the dusty streets of her small hometown. At 25, she was a vision of ambition wrapped in elegance, long auburn hair, sharp green eyes, and a smile that could charm anyone. She worked as a junior executive in a high-rise firm, but her real goal was to climb the social ladder. That's when she met Victor Harrington, the 35-year-old tech millionaire whose fortune came from groundbreaking AI software. Victor was handsome in a polished way, with salt and pepper hair and a quiet confidence that masked his lonely heart. Their whirlwind romance started at a charity gala, where Elena's wit caught his eye. Within months, he proposed with a diamond ring that could fund a small country. Elena said yes, envisioning a future of luxury yachts and private jets. But beneath the glamour, cracks were already forming. Victor's world was one of opulence, but it came with strings. His mansion in the hills was staffed by a loyal team, including Maria, the 45-year-old maid who had been with the family for over a decade. Maria was a warm, motherly figure from a humble immigrant background, with calloused hands and a heart full of stories from raising her own 3 children back in Mexico. She had seen Victor through his parents' death in a tragic accident years ago, and she treated him like a son. When Elena moved in after the engagement, Maria welcomed her with open arms, hoping for harmony. But Elena saw Maria as just another servant, someone beneath her notice. The first sign of trouble came subtly. Elena began redecorating the mansion, tossing out family heirlooms that reminded Victor of his late parents. "We need a fresh start," she'd say with a sweet smile, but Victor, smitten, agreed without question. Maria watched silently, biting her tongue as Elena's demands grew. Late-night parties filled the house with strangers, and Elena's temper flared over minor things, like a spot on the crystal glasses or a delay in her morning coffee. Victor, buried in work, dismissed Maria's quiet concerns. "She's just adjusting," he'd say. Then came the baby. Not Elena's, Victor's secret from a past relationship. Little Alex was only 6 months old, the result of a brief affair with an ex-girlfriend who had tragically passed away during childbirth. Victor had kept it hidden from the public eye, arranging for Alex to stay with a nanny in a separate wing of the mansion. He confided in Elena early on, swearing her to secrecy until he could figure out how to introduce his son to the world. "He's my responsibility," Victor told her one evening, his voice soft with vulnerability. "I want to be a good father, Elena. Will you help me?" Elena nodded, feigning excitement, but inside, resentment brewed. A baby? It complicated everything. She imagined tabloid headlines tarnishing her perfect image, or worse, sharing Victor's attention. As weeks passed, she avoided the nursery, claiming allergies or headaches. Maria, however, adored Alex. She often volunteered to care for him when the nanny was off, rocking him to sleep with lullabies from her homeland. "He's such a sweet soul," Maria would say, her eyes lighting up. Elena overheard these moments and felt a pang of jealousy she couldn't explain. The tension escalated one rainy afternoon. Victor was away on a business trip to Tokyo, leaving Elena in charge. Alex had been fussy all day, teething and crying inconsolably. The nanny called in sick, so Maria stepped in, juggling her cleaning duties with bottle feedings. Elena, trying to host a virtual meeting with potential investors for her own side venture, a luxury fashion line, grew irritated by the noise. "Shut that child up," she snapped at Maria through the intercom. Maria hurried to the study, Alex in her arms. "I'm sorry, miss. He's just in pain. Maybe some teething gel?" Elena slammed her laptop shut, her face flushed. "I don't care. This is my time. Victor's not here to play daddy, and neither am I. Take him away." But Alex's cries only grew louder. In a fit of rage, Elena stood up, her heels clicking sharply on the floor. "Give him to me," she demanded. Maria hesitated, clutching the baby protectively. "Miss, please. He's fragile. Let me handle it." Elena's eyes narrowed. "Now, Maria. Or you're fired." Reluctantly, Maria handed over Alex, who wailed even more. What happened next was a blur of emotion and poor judgment. Elena, overwhelmed and unaccustomed to childcare, shook the baby lightly at first, trying to quiet him. But as his cries persisted, her frustration boiled over. She shook him harder, her voice rising. "Stop it. Just stop." Maria's heart stopped. She knew the dangers, shaken baby syndrome, the irreversible harm. "Please, miss. Stop. You'll hurt him," she begged, tears streaming down her face, reaching out to intervene. But Elena, lost in her anger, didn't heed the warning. The shake was forceful enough to make Alex's head snap back slightly. He went silent for a moment, then let out a weak whimper. Horror dawned on Elena's face as she realized what she'd done. Maria snatched the baby back, dialing emergency services with trembling hands. "We need help. The baby, he's been shaken." Paramedics arrived within minutes, rushing Alex to the hospital. Victor was notified mid-flight and diverted his plane. The mansion, once a symbol of success, now felt like a prison of regret. Elena paced the halls, sobbing, while Maria sat in the kitchen, praying silently. At the hospital, doctors confirmed minor bruising and a mild concussion, but thankfully, no permanent damage. Alex would recover, but the incident triggered a child services investigation. Victor arrived, his face ashen, demanding answers. Elena confessed through tears, blaming stress and inexperience. "I didn't mean to. I just wanted quiet. I'm so sorry." Victor was devastated. "How could you? He's my son, Elena. Our future." The fallout was swift. The engagement was called off. Elena, humiliated, packed her bags that night, her dreams shattered. But in the chaos, something unexpected happened. Maria, who could have walked away, stayed. She confronted Victor gently. "Senor, you can't do this alone. Let me help with Alex. Family isn't just blood, it's who shows up." Victor, reflecting on his isolation, agreed. Over the next months, Maria became more than a maid, she was a surrogate grandmother. She taught Victor how to soothe Alex's cries, shared recipes for homemade remedies, and reminded him of his parents' values, kindness over wealth. Victor dove into fatherhood, attending parenting classes and rearranging his schedule. He even started a foundation for single parents, inspired by his own journey. Elena, meanwhile, hit rock bottom. She lost her job amid the scandal's whispers and retreated to her hometown. There, facing her reflection in a dingy mirror, she sought therapy. Sessions uncovered deep-seated insecurities from her own neglected childhood, parents too busy working to notice her. "I was chasing perfection," she admitted to her counselor, "but I hurt an innocent child." Months turned into a year. Elena rebuilt her life, volunteering at a local orphanage. The work was humbling, changing diapers and reading stories to wide-eyed kids. It healed her in ways luxury never could. One day, she mustered the courage to reach out to Victor. Not to reconcile, but to apologize properly. They met at a neutral cafe. Victor brought Alex, now a toddling 1-year-old with Victor's eyes and an infectious giggle. Elena's heart ached. "I was wrong. So terribly wrong. I let ambition blind me to what's real. Love, patience, humanity." Victor nodded, his anger softened by time. "We've all made mistakes, Elena. Alex is thriving now, thanks to Maria. She's family." Elena smiled through tears. "I'm glad. And I'm changing. For me, and maybe to help others avoid my path." They parted as strangers turned acquaintances, a fragile peace forged from pain. Back at the mansion, life bloomed anew. Victor promoted Maria to household manager, giving her a stake in the home she helped build. Alex's laughter filled the halls, a reminder of resilience. Victor found love again, this time with a kind-hearted teacher who embraced his son without hesitation. As for Elena, she launched a blog about her journey, from entitlement to empathy. It went viral, inspiring thousands to confront their flaws. "We all have moments of weakness," she wrote, "but it's what we do after that defines us." And so, in the end, what started as a shocking act of desperation became a testament to growth. The maid's plea wasn't in vain, it saved a life and sparked transformations. Remember, no one is beyond redemption. If this story moved you, smash that like button and subscribe for more tales of heartbreak and hope. What's your biggest life lesson? Share in the comments below. Until next time, choose kindness, it might just change everything.